or we have found evidence to suggest that the death penalty has not been an effective deterrent. Earlier, there are 11 offences which prescribe the mandatory death penalty. So for those cases, the death penalty will still remain. I think that must be made clear. The death penalty will still remain in those cases. So for these 11 offences, the court has the option of still imposing the death penalty or maintaining it if it has already been passed. So for these offences, there will be the option of an imprisonment sentence as well. And there are also offences which do not cause death, where we are doing away with the death penalty, save for three particular offences, such as which is the drug trafficking under the Dangerous Drugs Act 39B, and also two offences against the Yang di-Pertuan Agong under the Penal Code. I think a very important factor that was taken into account was the effectiveness of the death penalty. By that I mean the death penalty has, or we have found evidence to suggest that the death penalty has not been an effective deterrent. It has not achieved the purpose or what we wanted it to achieve in the long term. So for example, when you talk about drug trafficking, there are a lot of cases, most cases in fact, statistics will show of drug traffickers involving drug mules. So I think it's very widely accepted now that by eliminating drug mules, those who are driven to commit the crime out of desperation, for example, you're not really eradicating the problem, the real problem of drug production, which leads to eventual drug trafficking. Don't get me wrong, it's a very serious problem, there's no doubt about that. So when it comes, why has the government taken this stand? I think one of the main reasons because we find that it's not as a deterrent. So that's why the government has taken made a policy decision to do away with the mandatory part of the death penalty. If we are to criticize a country who wants to hang our own Malaysian in that country, we don't have the moral high ground, to plead for a lesser sentence for him, simply because we ourselves impose the death penalty. But now, with this latest development, I think we'll be in a better position to sort of diplomatically negotiate a more lenient sentence for our citizens who are unfortunately caught overseas and face this predicament. Of course, we sympathize with the plight of the victims. Certainly, we are not in any way suggesting that the crimes committed are any less serious than they are. They are certainly very serious. But I would hope to impress on them or try to make them understand that in the long term, the death penalty is not serving its purpose. And I think we have, in fact, families of victims, we have met them in the past. The task force has also met them in the past. But we hope to have another session with them before the bill is passed, so that perhaps I would like to explain to them why we are taking this step. So can you do the statistic thing? Because you need to get it.